Denver Broncos Mile High View, no commercials, no bullshit. How you doing?
Good. You?
Very good. Are you ready to make some more crap and piss some more Kool-Aid drinking bandwagoners
That's what
off?
we're here for, right?
Yeah, sports talk radio. So you got a rant, your own rant to do. I just did a rant, and I got a disclaimer on this rant. Um, in the rant, I used video of Ohio State. And I was discussing how Ohio State's offensive coordinator is light years ahead of the Denver Broncos, but I used five receiver sets, and that's not what Shermer runs. And I didn't have time because of the time constraints of just covering 12 minutes of rant. I just wanted to point out what I wanted to use is Ohio State, they do use three receiver sets like Shermer, but in a lot of what they do, they would do these bunch formations and the defender, how you defend that, the defense forms a box, and it was just I was watching how they were actually setting the defense up and spacing defense to get receivers open, and it's just a level that's far beyond what we have with Shermer. So I just wanted nobody said anything because I didn't let them. I just that was one, and another thing too, I guess, is that very rarely will I disable, but I just didn't want to hear a bunch of knotheads get on and just talk a bunch of sports talk radio crap that doesn't mean anything really. I just needed the rant to stand alone, and you can do with it what you want. But I just wanted to clear up that the five receiver sets I know aren't a part of the Shermer offense. It was the three receiver offensive structure that Shermer does use. That Ohio State is just another two or three levels above Shermer in the way they utilize their receivers. So anyway, with that said, Colby, you have a rant. Why don't you go talk about that?
So I'm gonna talk about the players not going to the OTAs, and I have a real problem with this because you guys are attacking Drew Lock because if he doesn't show up, he ain't a leader. That's what STR and the Feel Good fans are saying. If he doesn't show up to OTAs, he's not a leader. Yeah, all the other players get a pass, but Drew Lock doesn't get a pass.
Oh,
That's what I have a problem with.
I didn't realize that. Well, of course, see, we're going to get into this whole thing with Drew Lock. There was a big thing that went down, and it really threw STR into it threw him sideways. But I didn't realize that they were making this a lock thing.
So they're making it a lock thing, and I have a real problem with these overpaid players skipping OTAs because I think that is one of the most important things of building team chemistry. Is getting to the facility. All this fake COVID crap that they're doing is pretty annoying. These players get paid millions of dollars, have healthcare benefits, and there's other people out there that are struggling with that. So that's what I have a problem with. Are these overpaid, privileged players not going, not doing what their job is told to do and doing OTAs and stuff like that. Now, I have one more rant I have to talk about. I've been looking at comments lately about people thinking I've been calling them idiots. Now, let's grow up here, okay? I'm not calling you idiots, okay? I've been looking at some comments saying I've been calling people idiots. Time to grow up, okay? We're not 2 years old here. You guys need to grow up, okay?
Well,
I've been taking a step back here, trying to keep my mouth shut. I'm not calling you an idiot, okay? It's time to grow up, and we gotta talk about this. And who's laughing now? I mean, I was the first person bringing up Rashawn Slater. Okay, everybody thought I was an idiot. Everybody thought I was stupid, and now everybody's talking about Rashawn Slater at number 9. Like I was the first person. That's my guy. That's my number one guy right now is Rashawn Slater. So that's my rant I had to go on. Stop being idiots, okay? Stop being 2-year-olds. Oh man, my feelings are hurt. Grow up.
Well, what I find funny is that the very people that are butthurt about being called an idiot are the ones name calling. We get called stuff all the time. Okay,
exactly.
We get called.
I just had to say that. Time to grow up. Okay, we're not 2 years old here. Okay, you know what this channel's about. You know what this guy has done for this channel. This is his channel. I'm just a part of it. Okay? If you don't like what I have to say, by all means, you have your own opinions. But don't go up and cry on the comment section and say that I call you an idiot, because I did not call you an idiot.
When they're calling people,
you're the one name calling us and doing all your hate mail.
Yeah. You're talking about the Broncos. This is something I also want to clear up with people that come to the channel new, don't know. They're expecting sports talk radio, and this isn't that. Our channel is a reflection of the organization. If we were Kansas City, if we were Tampa, if we were Buffalo, if we were these other organizations, okay, our commentary would reflect, the state of the organization. This is a 5-11 organization. Let's, not kid ourselves, but it's beyond that. In my opinion, this team last year could have went to the playoffs if every single thing, every roll of the dice worked out just perfect. Injuries, whatever it was, the different schedule, whatever it was. Because I honestly believe that there's that a lot of other teams are that great themselves. It's this give and take kind of thing. What I'm getting at is that this organization has just, ever since Pat Bowlen has basically been buried, been removed from it, it's just really been dysfunctional. It's been a very dysfunctional organization. And I don't believe really anything. And there's a lot of our viewers also don't believe anything's going to change until there's ownership. So a lot of our viewers, which obviously we're not the most popular channel, but there's obviously a set of people like ourselves that believe and understand, what this organization really is. And we don't want the bullshit. We're done with it. So anyway, that's where we are with that. Now, I just want to say something about OTAs. They were always voluntary anyway, so I don't know why they're making lock. This is the thing that I always felt. Instead of OTAs, what I always felt should happen, and it's something that I wanted to do here, was technique camps. Wanted to do it with junior high and high school, and I think you could do it with college and pros, where, say, for instance, you got Cushenberry. Cushenberry wants to go and have camp with the offensive line coach for the Colts. Something you would never be able to have an opportunity to look at film, go over technique, and and league wide they could go talk to and have technique camps with coaching staffs that they would never be able to. I think that would make the NFL product better. I think it would make more sense. Quarterback coaches, whatever, whatever the case may be. Maybe you could have tight ends that aren't really blocking very well, get with the best tight end coaches to me, that would make more sense. That's something I always felt anyway. So
I like that idea very much. I do.
Yeah. So at any rate, I think they could spend their time, their off-season time, in a developmental stage. You could even have veterans that would like to change, maybe change up, get an edge somewhere, so it wouldn't be just new guys. So I think technique camps would be something that should be league wide. But you are right. You get for the younger players, they come into the organization, they get a little feel of how the organization is. They can spend some time. They should have that. What I heard was that the NFL was saying if you have OTAs, you have to do it off the record. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they were saying. Hey, shh. It just, I don't.
It's the COVID crap.
It's the COVID clown world. I know. So it's stupid. Let's get our lives back. Let's get our civilization back. It's been over a year. Let's cut the nonsense out. And according to certain doctors, that we've already passed the Bell's curve. That there's already 80% herd immunity anyway, natural. That happens every type of situation like this. This is
Yeah.
no different. Okay,
I'm just going to let people in on a little secret. It's a souped-up version of the cold. I don't want to go all scientific and crap. It's basically a souped-up version of the cold.
Well, that's how it translates, yeah. And well, coronavirus is basically a cold virus.
Yeah, it is. It's nothing. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, it's really gone into the political stratosphere. So anyway, there's that. Hit me with something else. Get this ball rolling.
We could talk. I mean, the whole Drew Lock thing. I mean, I think that's something that I think that Peyton Manning had to help this organization out. He had to help this organization out again.
Yeah, now that's what I want to talk. Sports Talk Radio flipped out when Peyton Manning came out. It really threw a wrench into their little devious plan of killing another quarterback, because he's like, and you tell me, Sports Talk Radio was saying, is this a God, what was the word they were using? Is this a reflection on Locke? They wouldn't say, this was a reflection on Elway. What happened was Manning came out and in not so cryptic way, just out in the open said, Elway, I'm calling you out. Stop killing quarterbacks. I'll work with the guy why don't you give this guy a chance? Instead of going out and getting another quarterback. Now, I believe and with some of the other analysts, I don't believe outside of Fields or Lawrence that the other guys are any better than Locke, to be honest with you, because Locke's got NFL experience. And people may have a different take on that. I mean, I've been looking at everybody, and I don't see that level beyond two guys that I could say. So I just don't see Lawrence and Fields. I just don't see him being around by the ninth at all. I think those are the two tickets, and I could break down the other quarterbacks, but like I said, overall, I don't see they're not doing anything Locke can't do. Okay? And Locke's got league experience, so why not keep developing, start building the team? If the Broncos gave their 9, went back, got more picks, I would tip my hat to Elway for restraining himself. But to me, it seems like STR is the general manager of and that's got to change. That's got to change. We need an owner that says, you can talk all you want, but we got an organization to run. We're not running it like the clown show you want us to run it. So, so when Peyton Manning came out, it was a challenge to Elway. Saying, I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm giving you an opportunity. I will, mentor him. I'll be the mentor. I'm Manning. I'll be his mentor. You don't have to go get whoever the Fitzpatrick or what, I don't know, whoever they wanted to bring in. I'll be that guy. And Sports Talk Radio just didn't know what to do. They were like in a panic about that. Because why? Because it makes sense. I mean, obviously Manning seems to agree with this channel. We're the only ones.
Because Elway killed him.
What's that?
Elway killed him.
Well, he wants to.
He knows it. He knows it better than all of us, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Peyton Manning's a pretty smart dude. His last 2 years in Denver, his offensive line was dog crap. He knows it from experience. He saw what was going on in the organization once Bolin left. He wasn't stupid. That's why him and Elway jived heads his last 2 years in Denver. That's why all these reports were coming out that him and Elway aren't getting along, blah, 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 same old bull crap. This is exactly why Peyton Manning is the one that saved this organization again.
Yeah. So I was just.
Do we have to go down this road again?
That's what I was thinking of you when that happened, because you were saying that you were just saying last week, if Peyton Manning took over the team, we wouldn't be having this clown show that we're seeing, the Sports Talk Radio clown show. And
that's right. Like you said, it threw a wrench in their whole freaking plan from Dove Valley. Yeah, that Dove Valley narrative. Yeah. And yes. I want to ask you this though. Is this, if they go out and get a quarterback, is this coming from Peyton, George Peyton, or is this coming from Elway? You tell me. I think it's coming from Elway. Oh yeah, well, because it has to be. It has to be. I don't think Peyton. I think they had 9 representatives at Justin's Field Pro Day. You think that's from George Peyton? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Goodbye, God, please. You feel good sites. Come on now.
No.
9.
Here's the thing. This is the stuff we've seen prior, Peyton, prior Fangio. This is not all the same stuff. It comes from the top. Let's not kid ourselves here. It comes from the very top. So it's just, so let's just say Fields and Lawrence go. Okay. From what I'm saying, Zach Wilson to me is a one-read guy. I was not impressed. I was not impressed with what I saw with him. The other guys, Mac Jones isn't doing anything that Locke isn't doing. He's not woeing me. Okay, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback and in the right organization. Sure, but I'm saying that I'm just right now. I don't see him above Locke. Could he be a better quarterback down the road? Yeah, maybe not. Could Locke be that quarterback down the road too? If somebody gave him a chance, like Peyton Manning's trying to do, yeah, he could be too. So I just don't see, other than these two top, and we don't even know if they're even going to pan out, because we don't know how what organization they go. Like the Jacksonville, is Jacksonville going to kill Lawrence? These are the questions. Yeah, they may end up killing him. So and one of these other quarterbacks, I don't see Trey Lance doing anything.
No.
That Locke isn't doing. I mean, I just don't see the need. I'm not, and this isn't a knock on these guys. I'm just saying where Locke is now and where they are right now, I just don't see it. Why you would, you committed to a guy and you're developing. You ripped out his platform, Scangarella. Gave him this offensive coordinator, because you saw the Kansas City Chiefs, ahoy, Chiefs ahoy, yeah. So you wanted to upset the apple cart, So that wasn't fair to him, and I think that's one reason too. Manning has stepped forward, because it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So that's kind of
this is something that I have to bring up to the Feel Good fans.
Yeah.
And to you, weren't you the first person to say that Shermer wasn't going to work?
Well, I didn't want Shermer. I didn't want
him either. I wanted to keep Scangarello because Locke was doing good in that system, and he was starting to understand what to do.
Well, it's like the quarterback thing. It's just they just keep ripping stuff up all the time. That's what dysfunctional organizations do. That's what they do. And then again, I bring up Peyton Manning because he's trying to, like I said, a voice of reason. Shut sports talk radio off, shut those other platforms off, and let's actually start being an organization with a head on its shoulders. Okay, let's do that. Peyton Manning is on our side. He is. He's not on the STR side. He's just not. And like I said, that's why they went into a complete panic. Is this a? I had that word too. I can't think of it right now. So we got this draft all taken care of, wrapped up. Anything else you saw this week?
Deshaun Hamilton's on the trade block. It looks like they're fielding calls for him. A guy that's been another big bust for the Denver Broncos, another John Elway pick from that great Bradley Chubb draft that everybody likes to talk about.
Yeah, but I want flourish. He can flourish.
He's going to flourish somewhere. I guarantee, like Isaiah McKenzie. Remember that guy, ladies and gentlemen? Playing for the Bills right now. Just got an extension on his contract. So, you have all these players, who just suck here and then go somewhere else and just succeed and take off. Young players.
That's why we're
That's not the mark of a dysfunctional organization. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you guys must be just wrapped up in that STR bullshit.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah. No, well, if you're a fan, you're going to call it out. So.
Well, and here's another. If nobody was behind Locke, why are their teammates praising him?
Well, SCR has an agenda, and they take talking points from Dove Valley, and that was a shot across Elway's bow, because Peyton Manning isn't talking to George Payton; he's talking right to Elway. He knows where all this is coming from.
Elway ain't stupid, and so is Peyton Manning isn't stupid. You really think that Peyton Manning is taking a shot at George Payton? If you're saying that, you must have orange and blue colored glasses right up the rear end. It is ridiculous. You guys are sitting here saying that, oh, we need a quarterback. We need Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I'm not as high on Justin Fields as you are. I mean, people have it. I mean, he could work out. I'm not high on. The only quarterback I'm high on is Trevor Lawrence, but they're going to probably ruin him. Justin Fields is, I think he holds on to the ball too long, to the point where you need to get the ball out quick in the NFL. You're going to get hurt. But he might have a good offensive line in front of him if he went to the right place. Zach Wilson's a one-read guy. Thank you. Somebody finally talking sense into this. Mac Jones is no better than Drew Lock coming out of college. And Trey Lance, he's a project. He's going to be like your Josh Love last year, or Jordan Love. You guys are hyping him up.
Yeah, no, it's just
it's bullshit.
Well, it's drunken quarterback frenzy is drinking up the Kool-Aid and quarterback. And these guys are overhyped. These guys are over. What I liked about Fields was that, he's a guy who can hold on to the ball, because he's actually going through reads and not just one reading it. I mean, and he has made some interesting and really good plays off holding on. But and he's kind of like that Deshaun Watson kind of. Deshaun also holds on to the ball a bit too long, and it gets him in trouble. But I think that the NFL, I think
Rashawn Slater's going to be there at 9. And
maybe
that's the guy I'm telling you that we need.
Maybe he'll be there at 9. You never know. Yeah, but I mean, of course they need an offense, but again, they don't want to dress. How do they dress the offensive line? They go down and get lesser. They go get guys that they're second tier guys. They're not. And I show the video of it, and Cushenberry, Even Reisner was supposed to be, that Steelers game that got Lock killed. That was on Reisner. And they don't want to talk about how they get their quarterbacks killed, and it's just pounding your head.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense bullshit.
Yeah. So if they get Trey Lance, I'm just gonna say I'm just waiting.
So I have that day off. I have that Thursday and Friday off because I want to watch this, because I want to see how the Broncos do. I'm gonna be very, very curious on to see how George Payton runs this thing. I mean, you could say the draft is ramen noodle soup, but I'm just doing it for the fact that I really want to see how he runs this. And let's see if he has full control like Elway says he does. And I want to see if Elway's in that room with him.
I don't think he would be drafting a quarterback if he had control. I think that's totally on Elway.
No, he would be drafting an offensive defensive lineman or a linebacker.
Well,
but, we can't have that here.
Let's get another corner.
Yeah,
let's
corner.
They'll just keep attacking the Broncos middle. I mean that, and I'll add this too. I'd go after Simmons. I would on a couple plays. If I'm Ryan or if I'm Mahomes, if I'm one of these big arm quarterbacks, I would go after Simmons as well on a play or two.
It's not hard to. I mean, the film doesn't lie.
No. So that's
guys pay. Elway and George Payton. You pay this guy top 5 safety money, and you're gonna read through. You're gonna sit there, and you're gonna regret giving that guy top safety money, because he does not transform a defense.
Yeah, I really think that's good, because the microscope is going to be totally on this guy, and he has slumps before. I mean, this guy is really And I wouldn't say
He's
last
an
year was any.
inconsistent player for a guy that doesn't deserve 15 mil a year. Just
Well,
my
I
opinion.
thought he was at his ceiling where he was. I thought he was getting paid way more than he should have before he got his pay hike. I
He's
thought
not
he
a
was
top
over.
5 safety. I'm sorry.
No, no. I'm just thinking that, again, we could have saved that money. We could have, got other players that would have worked out, like Bates, for instance. I showed you Bates, then he goes and beats Simmons out for the Pro Bowl.
Malik Hooker.
Because the film doesn't lie. Yeah, well, Hooker would be a gamble. Okay, you'd have to gamble with Hooker.
But he wouldn't be cost constraint as Justin Simmons.
Exactly. But the upside is if he remains healthy, he's going to be a tier above anything that
Marcus Williams, the guy that I wanted.
Yeah, no.
No wait.
Then they're talking grabbing corners and stuff when they're. I mean, even Sports Talk Radio has to admit that our linebackers aren't anywhere near the league. And again, they don't know even how the Sports Talk Radio doesn't even know how to evaluate linebackers.
I have 3 linebackers in the draft who I think are elite prospects at their position.
Give them
Micah Parsons in the right system. Zaven Collins, I think, will be perfect in this system. And Jamie Davis from Kentucky. I think those are the 3 prospects that, Micah Parsons, I don't think he would do well in the system. I don't think he has the instinct, ability to cover the middle of the field, not just the tight ends, covering the middle of the field, neutralizing it. But I think that Jamie Davis and Zaven Collins are your best bet. I think a 4th guy you could probably keep an eye on is a guy named Baron Browning from Ohio State. I think that he could kind of play that role a little bit, but I don't think he has the ability like a Zaven Collins and a Jamie Davis have.
No. So I'm really interested to see where these other picks go. Again, it's a reflection of the scouting department.
I just think it's Cecil Lammey, it's the best in the league. Yeah, our drafts have been crap.
Well, it's a Dove Valley propaganda. It's just Dove Valley propaganda.
And you said it yourself. We're going after corners in free agency. We're not shearing up the offensive, defensive line, and linebackers. So we're going to be hard on the edges and soft in the middle.
Soft in the middle, yeah. Oh, but they got Draymond Jones.
Who did that for years in Denver? Oh yeah, that's right. A guy named John Elway.
Yeah.
I don't think George Payton wanted to do that.
No.
He said it in his press conference.
Yeah. So it's going to be the way I look at it is if they draft a quarterback, to me it'll be interesting. They'll never get Fields. I'm just telling you, he's going to go. He's going to go quick.
He ain't falling all the way to 9. You gotta be kidding me. He ain't gonna fall the way. For all the smoke that the Niners are pulling, I really do think it's gonna be Fields or Lance. It's gonna be one of those 2. Jets are gonna go with the Jets always do. They're gonna go with Zach Wilson, a 1-read quarterback. Jags are gonna go Trevor Lawrence, and then at 3 you're gonna have Justin Fields or Trey Lance. It's not gonna be Mac Jones. Mac Jones will probably be the only quarterback there at 9, and I don't want Mac Jones.
I cannot see San Francisco passing on Fields. I just can't.
No, they're pulling a smoke screen with this whole Mac Jones crap.
Yeah, and who knows? Zach Wilson.
I'm not a big fan of him. I'm sorry. No, he's overrated.
It's just like, ooh. Yeah. Well, even taking a look at, what I think is funny too is they built Herbert up to be this like, my knees are shaking. Well, first of all, Locke beat him there. They went 1 for 1. Locke had his huge monster comeback game on him.
And then how did Herbert relate to wins?
Yeah. Well,
at least Drew Lock. This is the one thing that people like to forget about Drew Lock is, number one, I think that he has a characteristic that is very rare and players want to play for him. I think that a lot of people that are saying that players don't want to play for him is total bull crap, because I think a lot of players love Drew Lock And number two, I think that when he's on his game and Pat Shurmur is doing his freaking job, at least Drew Lock can correlate to wins. If this team was good enough that he uses that energy to pick players up and to play better, and that's very rare from a quarterback standpoint. Very rare.
The thing that I've noticed about Locke, that I was surprised about, that I didn't know, is his 25 to 35-yard pass. That's your mid-range pass. It's one of your high percentage passes. A lot of times that, like whether it's Ryan or if it's Mahomes or it's Aaron Rodgers, these strong arm quarterbacks have to dial the throw back. They have to put the touch on it. They have to dial back the velocity, or they get what's called a wild pitch. The ball, to get the accuracy, they have to slow the ball down a bit. Not Drew Lock. Drew Lock has uncanny accuracy in that 25 to 35 range. We heard Jerry Jeudy complain, he threw the ball too, crybaby. Yeah, he threw the ball too. No, he's got to get that ball. Well, Elway could throw a target, at that velocity too. And you didn't hear Eddie Mack, you didn't hear Rod Smith, cry a river. So that's the one thing that really surprised me, is how fast he can get the ball in that 25 to 35 yard range, where the other strong arm quarterbacks have to dial that velocity back. He doesn't. He has. I mean, I've seen him throw in triple coverage like just a laser, and that was
That's
a surprise.
what he was doing in college.
That's what surprised me. And, he's learning how to read the defenses. He's taken a step in that direction. That's where he's better than a Mac Jones. That's where he's better than a Trey Lance. He's doing
the mental.
Well, he's got that league experience, okay? He's got the league experience. So I just, again, I think if you get one of these Trey Lance types, you're just back to square one again. And let me ask you, what would you, if they got, I'm just throwing one out there, Trey Lance, how would you feel if you're Locked? Would you feel like, I'm going to do the best I can, I'm getting the hell out of here?
I would be like, this organization does really suck. I mean, even I can't imagine what's going through that kid, Drew Lock's head if they take Trey Lance. The guy's busting his ass in the offseason from all accounts, and you're going to screw him and go get a quarterback, Trey Lance, who's not ready to play in the National Football League.
Well, they've been screwing quarterbacks. This isn't a George.
This isn't new. And I would be just as upset if they trade Trey Lance, because that's a wasted pick.
It's a total wasted pick. And you're not doing Trey Lance any service.
No, he's going to be sitting there like, oh.
Both of them over. You're screwing both of them over.
Yeah.
Because
this quarterback competition like Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian, yeah, we're going to do that all over again.
I think it's even worse than that. I think what happens is you've just brought a guy on a sinking ship that's, again, it's.
Are you doing Fangio any favors either?
No. This is, well, what do you say? It's just, okay, Mr. Elway, okay, Mr. Elway, whatever you say, Mr. Elway. But obviously, there's something going on also, I think, internally, because that Peyton Manning call out to Elway, like, don't do it. I'll mentor the guy. If you can restrain yourself, I'll mentor the guy. That is not to George Payton. That is strictly to John Elway. And that was the huge thing. I think it was bigger than the OTAs. And it was like, thank God the OTA thing came out. They went and jumped on that. They ignored the whole Peyton Manning thing the best they could. So yeah, that to me was the biggest story that challenged the narrative.
Well, Peyton Manning did the unthinkable, and he, like you said, threw a wrench in the whole STR crap.
The quarterback crap.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're just, where our hands are tied as far as what we're seeing, and it's we're definitely not on the side of the STR, the quarterback Kool-Aid drinkers. We're definitely, I don't know.
You bring up facts to these guys and they just run away. Their comments are just, "Oh, we weren't here." I find that hilarious because you guys are burying yourself.
Well,
So,
yeah, I take them to give me details. Tell me
take them
where.
to the woodshed, and you hash it out there.
Take them to the woodshed. They're nowhere to be found. They're
Exactly. They'll run right before you get there. So,
well, you may hurt their feelings, so be careful with that.
oh man,
I think it was what they said is the Peyton Manning thing a detriment to Locke, and I think it's a detriment to Elway, and of course they didn't want to go there.
Of course they didn't, because they're bullshitting you. They're con artists.
Yeah, I wish I would have put forth our talking notes. I just hadn't had the time to do so. You gave me some other news articles too. You could talk about those other news articles that you gave me.
So no, Sean Marino said that you have to give Drew Lock time. I mean, another player coming out saying he's seen the bullshit that. No, Sean Marino was a damn good running back when he was healthy, and he proved it. And I think he was a damn good player. I like to know Sean Marino. You have Deshaun Hamilton, another guy who's going to be traded, who was a wasted pick, who's probably going to go somewhere else and succeed. The whole Dalton Reisner thing. I want to bring up Dalton Reisner real quick because I know you're very critical of Dalton Reisner.
Well, yeah, just this season. Yep.
I think that he's going to have a good year this year. I think that he's taken it upon himself. I think that he's going, he's not in Denver this year. He went down to Texas to work out with other offensive linemen to get better with his technique and stuff. Like you said, that's why I was agreeing with you. He's doing what you suggested, and I think that that's something that he's going to come back and it's going to show this year. I think that Dalton Reisner is going to have a bounce back year.
I hope so. And let me tell you, being critical of Draymond Jones, and obviously he didn't command, double teaming or anything like that. His 5 sacks, but the one thing that he did, he was injured. I'm not on anybody because injuries happen. He was out 4 games. So I'm just going to say if Draymond Jones proves me wrong, I'll be ecstatic about it. And I'll take the beating. I'll be glad to take the beating. You can call me an idiot. Anything you want to call me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I would gladly do that.
I was the first person to say it. You weren't.
Yeah, but if he, can't, if again, we can't get pressure on the quarterback in the middle, we're going to get the Denver Broncos defense is going to get chewed up alive. It's just going to get chewed up. You can have all your corners you want. They're going to chew you up right in the middle and over the top too. I can guarantee you that if it comes down to Justin Simmons having to.
And don't forget Kareem Jackson too.
And Kareem Jackson as well. Yeah, who had to take a pay cut because the Broncos overpaid him.
Who overpaid him again?
John Elway.
Nobody likes to bring that up.
Oh no, but it wasn't. Yeah, we'll keep waving George Payton in front of everybody. Yeah,
he's our puppet like Vance Joseph.
Yeah. So if they again go back to the quarterback, if they draft a quarterback, the only thing I can say is we just have to wait till this team gets ownership. I brought up Beth Bolin, and they hate her because she's telling it like it is. She's saying this just isn't being run correctly.
Beth Bolin Wallace.
Yeah, it's not being run correctly. So of course they hate her too.
Oh, of course they do. They hate anybody that criticizes the Broncos. That's why they hate us.
Yeah. And it's not that I want to, it's just that I have to.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah, if you're a fan, you don't just sit there and drink Kool-Aid and, take it up the you-know-what.
You want your team to be the best, okay?
The very best.
5-11 bullcrap, and everybody's like, oh my God, we're 5-11.
Well, we're one quarterback away from a Super Bowl. We're 5-11.
Yeah, we are just one quarterback away. Let's go get Trey Lance. He's going to solve all of our problems.
I see Locke taking this team to a playoff. Now maybe
I do too.
But again, even with Locke taking them to a playoff, they have holes that can be exploited by much better organizations.
Well,
And
nothing's going to change once Elway's gone until they get a new offense coordinator that knows what he's doing, and they're just going to have to. They're just going to have to root up the whole thing. They're going to have to root up the whole thing. A lot of these players that you see now probably won't be here in 3-4 years. We forget to bring that up when it comes to ownership. This whole thing's going to be rooted up. The only person I think will be left is probably George Payton, and that's the one thing Elway did probably right was bringing George Payton.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Elway is not in the picture anymore, that he steps back, he steps away completely. That's the only way you can say that he doesn't have a say, and I mean, literally the internet has to be cut off, the phone has to be cut off, anything this guy's suggesting or whatever, okay, yes, okay, yeah, right, okay, and hang it up and do what you need to do, get away from sports talk radio, whatever they're suggesting, and start running this organization like the Tampa Bay, like Buffalo, like Kansas City. Start running this organization properly.
Hey, can I ask you? Can I ask you and the Feel Good fans? Did those teams make splashy moves in free agency, or did they make smart moves?
They made football moves.
Thank you. They brought in. Yeah, I don't want to go off topic, but those teams weren't out in the freaking media being, oh man, they paid Ronald Darby $10 million a year. They brought in Kyle Fuller. They went out and got offense and defensive linemen and linebackers.
Yes. I just wanted to say too is that my brother-in-law is a big Buffalo Bills fan, and we were talking when we were down in Florida. We were talking about the Bills, and he said that. And I want to say one thing. When I made that video that said to Elway about Josh Allen, I had a lot of fans from other teams come and say, Josh Allen would have never worked out with the Denver Broncos because you people can't be patient with development. Everybody came out and said that. This is well-known league-wide. This is why Peyton Manning, again, came to try to save. I guess we could call this, saving Mr. Elway again. Peyton Manning's trying to save Elway. So what he was saying is that the McDermott took a lot of shit just for picking Josh Allen, and took even more crap, sticking with him and developing. But he knows the formula for success. He knows that, what he's looking for, building the system around, sticking with it. Don't, knee-jerk react, I got to get a new offensive coordinator. I got to get that. I got to get another quarterback. That's what we have with the Denver Broncos right now is knee-jerk reactions. I see the Kansas City Chiefs system. That's what, they could have, like I said, go back to Case Keenum. They could have the Scandrello play action system or the Kyle Shanahan, they could have went the play action system route if they wanted to. Kept Case Keenum in there, start building the lines up from the lines out get your receivers then. Okay, you wanted your receiver, but you got your line built. Then you could have went in the draft and got yourself a Josh Allen. You could have went and got yourself a Justin Fields. You could have done that. You could have done all that stuff, but you chose to panic and just bring in Joe Flacco and just, the mismanagement is so off the charts. It's
well-known league-wide, like you're saying. It's well-known league-wide. It's not just us talking about it. There's other people out there talking about how this organization is very dysfunctional.
Well, you have somebody as a
Minnesota.
Well, now he's seen Peyton come here. What's his take on the Denver Broncos?
He's not shocked. That was his direct answer. I asked him at work. He's like, so Peyton Manning had to come save the day again for Elway. He's like, yep. I'm not really shocked at it. He's trying to get people to realize you need to stick with the quarterback and develop him and develop the team around him. That's what he's trying to do and trying to tell everybody. He's like, all you fans out there are just freaking out. You guys can't stay patient. I'm like, I know. I agree.
Well, that's what the Bills fans were saying too. You would have killed. They said literally you would have killed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
If he wasn't Patrick Mahomes from day one, you would have killed him.
Yep. That's the new norm in Denver right now. Is if you don't have Patrick Mahomes, We got to find until we find the new Patrick Mahomes.
Even though Patrick Mahomes was shown to be a human being once his
In
offensive
the
line
Super Bowl, when I literally said that Tampa Bay has a formula to beat them because they have the linebackers and the D line, Vita Vea. Nobody likes to bring the Super Bowl up, though. We get like 125 views. But if we bring up the quarterback, we get 7.1K views. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just, I know, and this isn't, be honest with you, this isn't the best be-all broadcast right now anyway, but we're just kind of having a fireside. We're kind of in a lull right now, waiting for this abortion.
This draft to end.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, the draft is ramen noodle soup. We're going to see in this draft, you know, I'm just very curious to see what George Payton is. George Payton going to listen to Elway in that draft room, or is he going to do what he said he was going to do?
He doesn't have the power to do what he wants to do.
So that's why would you be shocked if they draft a quarterback or a corner?
I'm expecting it. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to be Elway as usual.
That's what I'm saying. Would you be shocked though? Because you're already expecting it. I don't think you would be. I'd be pissed because I know what this is going to mean. It's
going to be Elway as usual.
Same old bullshit.
Yeah. Now they'll just kill two. You know, they're going to kill two quarterbacks if they pick one.
Let's draft a corner. Yeah, we don't need linebackers. Alexander Johnson and Joseph Jewell are great in coverage. Yeah, thanks, guys. You guys are real good at film breakdown. You highlight real films.
Oh, good God. You just, you got to just scratch your head. It just, bang.
How are Alexander Johnson and Josie Jewell, how do they neutralize the middle of the field when every time I see the Chiefs, Chargers, and Raiders attacking them on a weekly basis? Don't you
dare bring that up.
Yeah, they'll hang up on you once you bring that stuff up. And once you call an STR, they'll be like, bloop.
I just, well, what's funny about STR is it takes me forever to actually listen to something because there's like this much commercials with this much talk. I'd rather just listen to music or something and, turn over, and it's like this. I'm on the road. Okay, let me turn over the Denver. Quarterback. Okay, next day. Quarterback. Yeah, there's only one person on the team, and that's a quarterback.
Yeah, not the offensive line applies to it. A blocking tight end, which nobody's addressed. We'll be the first people to bring you that. How bad? It's just bad out there. It's really bad.
Yeah, how dare you speaketh? How dare you speaketh the truth? Yeah, shame on you.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, how about the running back situation? I was talking about overpaying and all this with Simmons, but I never really addressed overpaying Gordon and going out and getting Gordon and that was another thing that I just don't get. It's just Elway as usual.
You got rid of Philip Lindsay. Good job, George Payton. It's all your fault. We all know. Yeah, it's all George Payton's fault.
Yeah, what I think is funny is that this is the history between Lindsay and Elway is notorious, and to sit there and again, Elway gets a pass because he put another onion layer in front of him. It's just it's inexcusable, really, and it's funny. How dare you guys?
Yeah, you got Royce Freeman still on the roster. You got Mike Boone. You got rid of Andy Janovich, who another impact player.
Mike Boone may be the best thing because he's not an Elway. Elway didn't have a hand in that one.
Well, yeah, that's probably the one move that he didn't have a hand in so far this offseason.
What's funny is that it's like Elway tried to keep Lindsay off the team. But because of PR pressure, I'll let you on. You're going to be looked at.
That's what he did. That is exactly what he did. And now, you got rid of your man. I'm so pissed off about that whole situation, though. My God, another typical Elway move.
Elway as usual.
Elway isn't a part of the organization anymore. Dude. Do you guys remember a guy named Howie Roseman? He's like your Howie Roseman, but worse. He's the president of football operations. So he has foresight over the whole operation. You know what that? You know that's what that entails, right?
They don't.
I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. Okay, I'm the idiot.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. Elway doesn't exist anymore. He's not.
Yeah,
He's
he doesn't.
nowhere.
Oh,
He's
he's never
evaporated.
on press conferences anymore because he doesn't have to. He has another onion layer in front of him. Read between the lines. But I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot.
Yeah, I know, but only we can call you an idiot. You don't call them an idiot.
Yeah. You hurt my feelings, man. You can't be doing that. I'm gonna kill your channel.
Okay, kill it. I told you it was already dead just because we're not going to be like
We're not gonna be popular because we're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, truth is never popular. It never is.
And no, it's not.
No. I mean, like I said, if we would be popular if the Broncos had was like these other organizations, and we'd be, I'd still be critical of where we need to be. I wouldn't be.
There's a reason why I don't comment. There's really just no point. There's no point. I mean, I just sit there and I just laugh at the comments. I read them. I just don't care to comment because it's a waste of my time and I just find it hilarious. You guys are making yourselves look stupid.
I know. I finally got one decent comment. Somebody was talking about the Bradshaw days, and I thought that was an excellent comment. It's very rare we get comments like that are so that in depth and historic and stuff. It's just too bad, but I mean, let's face it. Most fans, of any sport, I don't, maybe baseball's maybe a little different, but
hockey.
Hockey maybe, I don't know, but it just seems like it's just beer drinking, like the Saturday Night Live, the Bears, the Bulls, because I think every time I read these comments, I think about that. I could see them all staring. If John Elway was playing golf with God, who would win?
They're that fixated with John Elway. It's bad.
Back when Saturday Night Live was actually good and not all politicized like it is now.
Agreed.
With John Belushi and everything. Balls. Broncos.
I think there's a majority of fans out there that actually do see what we're seeing, but there's that majority that just are so just quarterback. That runs your whole team. It runs the offense, defense, and special teams. It's just the quarterback.
Oakley dokley stokely, please tell me more.
Yeah, he said so he's right. He's a former NFL player. You guys haven't played a single down of football. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I have, but nevertheless.
I really don't care.
No, they don't. They don't. So, yeah. What else you got?
That's pretty much it. I'm just pining my teeth, just chewing my way, trying to get to the draft. I'm ready for it, and I want to see what Elway does.
Yeah, see what Elway does. It's actually no Peyton. It's Peyton. No, don't even look at Elway.
Yeah. He's the onion layer.
Yeah, there is no Elway. He doesn't exist.
Oh my God.
It's just the same old shit, and it just never ends. It's been going on before.
Same old bullshit hate mail.
Well, same old shit with the Broncos. Same old shit.
Hey, we might actually get good views because we actually talked about Peyton Manning and the quarterbacks. We talked about the quarterbacks.
Well, that's what I'm gonna.
We were obligated. We were obligated to talk.
Contractually obligated. Yeah, we were contractually obligated.
Yep. By our sponsors.
Yeah. I don't even know where we're going to go with these. If they draft a quarterback, it's going to be like.
If we trade back, I'd be very happy though.
We'd have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think we will. I think that in the next week, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have. I think Pate or Elway. I think that we are going to get a good idea on where this team's going to go probably 24 to 48 hours before the draft.
My guess is that because the Deshaun Hamilton says a lot of things to me. Is that right, Deshaun Hamilton?
Yep.
Got that right? That they may be trading up with Cincinnati. There's a little gut feeling. Because
can see that.
And I'm thinking, what would Elway? I'm just sitting back, just thinking, what would Elway do? What would Elway do? Forget George Payton. What would Elway do? He sees. What does he see? Ha ha! Ahoy! A quarterback.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. Yeah, Trey Lance. So yeah, maybe Fields will fall. Maybe. So
That's media STR garbage. He ain't gonna fall to 9 or 10.
I can't see it.
No, I can't either.
I see him gone by San Francisco. By the time.
I think that's actually a good point with the whole trading up with the with Cincinnati because we can just give away a good offensive lineman, Natay Moody. He's a backup. If you get rid of Natay Moody, give Deshaun Hamilton in our first round pick.
That would definitely be Elway.
That's what I see Elway doing.
Yeah, I mean he's so predictable. But I'll tell you what, if they go back, I mean I will be shocked and happy, and I will do nothing.
That's going to piss STR off, and that's what we need.
I know, absolutely, that piss STR. But in my opinion, STR is just talking points they're getting from Elway. That's all STR really is.
I wouldn't be shocked if they trade back though. I know thinking about Elway,
Al Davis just meddling. That's what I said to one guy. He's not the GM. I said, yeah, just like Al Davis wasn't the GM either. Yeah.
And look, he didn't comment back. He ran away.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if they trade back, I'm gonna I'll do an anti-rant. I'll be singing the praises of John Elway, and I'll even put that. John Elway is awesome, just whatever, and I'm gonna say you actually restrained yourself. STR, you actually pissed STR off. Awesome. Now we can start actually functioning give Locke a chance. Take Manning up on his offer. Bring him in. He said he'd do it, and he's a man of his word. You're on the spot now, in my opinion. So, Mr. Elway,
Rashawn Slater, please.
Yeah. Start building the offense.
I'm just a talking head in the dark. Yeah, but now everybody's talking about the dude at 9. So all you guys want to bash me and all that crap. Well, Rashawn Slater is a guy that can play all 5 positions. He's versatile. And on top of that, he could play right tackle. Who's a right tackle? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Time Machine.
Yeah, we need a right tackle.
Yeah,
Calvin Anderson? Really? He's going to be your solution?
That's an Elway thing. Give Moody away so that the Bengals have...
Moody, Hamilton, 2 first-rounders. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go get Trey Lance. Let's do it.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
I'm gonna let you know if they pull that off. I'm gonna lose it. I'm literally gonna lose it. I cannot believe that they just gave up a good offensive lineman for a quarterback that won't do anything.
Well, they're convinced their offensive line problems are all fixed. They have the best. Look at John Clayton. Yeah, Clayton.
You're the GM, John Clayton.
Yeah, he's such an expert on the Broncos offensive line.
Fired from ESPN.
God, I just can't take it anymore.
I can't.
So next weekend, when is this draft? Is it 2 weeks?
The weekend after. It's the 29th and 30th. That Thursday and Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so man, we'll have another weekend to have to talk about something. I guess something, because we'll get closer to the draft. We'll see. I guess the next we'll be talking whether or not Elway's going to be his usual self, or are they going to surprise everyone and dial it back?
Well, I'm going to try and get this interview set up Saturday for you. Me and my buddy are going to talk. The guy from Minnesota, or the guy that knows Minnesota Vikings football. He should be available this upcoming weekend on Saturday, and then maybe Sunday we can do a podcast or something. We could talk about what you heard or saw. Maybe that could be a little something, just putting something out there. But I'm going to try and send you an interview. We're going to talk George Payton, what he thinks of him, and how the Vikings are run instead of the Broncos, and how they how they've built things over the years to contradict the quarterback position or something like that. So
Well, talk to him about Cousins and this
yes, Kirk Cousins. Yep.
this knee-jerk reaction by their fan base to go after Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. So we'll look forward to that. Hopefully, it depends on my work schedule too, because it's really been changing, and
That's fine.
I'll keep you up with that. So
I'll just continue to send you articles, and we'll see what they're talking about. Those Kool-Aid drinkers.
well, we all know what. There's only one thing they're talking about.
Oh. Shh, quarterback.
It's a secret. Did Manning say something? Nah, he didn't say anything.
No.
Quarterback.
Is Locke going to show up the ODAs? Oh no, if he doesn't, he's not a leader.
He's not a leader. Yeah, but if they get Trey Lance and he doesn't show up, oh, that's okay.
That's fine. He's fine. He's from North Dakota State. Yeah. He played 16 games total.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think with all this COVID stuff, I mean, everybody's, if it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Locke does, they'll be demonized for that too. So, it's COVID. Look what you're doing. You're getting OTAs. It's Locke. So, but they're all the ones that, these are the same people that wanted Locke. That's what I'm just saying. That's how they are. That same people that wanted Flacco.
Locke. I'm not even afraid to say I wanted Locke. I like Locke. I didn't. Like number 10? No. At number 10, no. Second round? Yeah. I think, hey, you take a chance on a dude and you develop him properly, he could turn out to be something like
Josh Allen. It seemed like a smart move, but they're not going forward with the plan.
No, they're not. They're uprooting it.
STR has its way. If STR has its way. So, anyway, that's what, that's the whole. But I'm just saying that those were the same people that were clamoring. Now they're shit canning him. It's just what they do, and they'll shit can whoever they're gonna get. They'll do it again. These
they're already shit canning Dalton Risner and Shelby Harris and Tim Patrick for sticking up for their quarterback. So why
that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, and they don't understand why. So it's not just this channel. Shelby Harris went off on him too. Obviously, Peyton Manning is involved. They're on basically our side. Yeah. So go figure, right?
Yeah. We just our 267, a little tiny subscriber base,
Yeah, of people that actually know what's going on. Well, with a handful of people that want to tell us how wrong we are.
Yeah, how much of an idiot we don't know football. So.
Yeah, but although we just keep being proven right all the time.
Yeah, we're like 90% right on half the stuff we talk about. So.
Yeah, that really pisses them off.
Yep.
All right. Well, I better let you go.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Take care. Till next week. Hopefully, we can get that dual interview done. So.
All right. We'll do.
All right.
All right. Later.
Bye-bye.